Hello everyone, Chris McCarthy here with FactoryWebSource.com, and in this video tutorial today, I'm going to walk you through how you go about editing your homepage on your website. So I am using theme number 1 for this tutorial today, and as you see right here in the top, we have a video that's playing in the background. We also have a main title area and a subtitle area right here, and then there's also a call to action button. As I scroll down, we have an Our Services row with a description about that, and then what we have is a series of images that's listing all the services and a little bit of text describing those services. Scrolling down a little bit more, we've added a row for About Us with a little bit about us information, and then a Learn More button that links off to the About Us page with even more information. And then down here in the bottom, we've added a row for industries that we serve, so you can list all the industries that you serve here, a bit of a description, and then we've added in some default icons here to list some of those industries. And then lastly, down here in the footer area, we've added a call to action where you can add your phone number and then also a free quote button that links off to the contact page. So this page is fully customizable by you. We've added some content in here, obviously, just to kind of get you started so you can start editing this and change it to fit your business. However, this is completely customizable by you, so you can add and remove as many rows and add as much content as you would like to this using our page builder. So first off, I want you to log into your Factory Web Source control panel. And then to access the home page, over here on the left, click on Pages. So what this is doing, it's going to bring up a list of all the pages that are currently on your website, and the one we're looking for right now is your home page. So go ahead and click on that, and this is going to bring you to the home page editor window. Now what you're going to see right here is we've been using a page builder that we've installed in here, so it makes it very easy for you to edit these pages using this drag and drop page builder. So this is the page builder right here. It's in classic mode, and this is called Visual Composer. So what you have here is a series of rows. So here's row number 1, and this is that heading row that's right up here at the top that includes that video and then also the heading, the subheading, and the call to action button. So as you're going to see in this row right here, we have an edit pencil button. If you go ahead and click on that, it's going to bring up a settings panel. So within this settings panel is where we've added that background video. So go ahead and click on background, and you're going to see that it's set up to default. Go ahead, design options, has some options in here for padding, and then also we have a background image that we've added in here. So if you're not using the video, you would use this background image. And then back over here on general, if I scroll down, you'll see that use video background is selected, and then I've added a YouTube video in there. Now if I want to deselect this video background, I can go ahead and deselect that video background. And if I go ahead and click on Save Changes, what it's going to do, it's just going to use this image that I've loaded in here instead of that video background. Now, if you want to change out this image, all you have to do is click on the plus button here. This is going to open up your media library. So from in here, you can choose another background image that you would like to add into there instead of that video. But if you're satisfied with all your selections, make sure you select the image you want, go ahead and set image, and that's going to set that image in there. So this is bringing up this row settings panel so you can make all the changes to the background image or background video. Once you're satisfied with those, you just click Save Changes, and it's going to go ahead and save those changes. So also what you're going to see in here is some content areas within this row. So within this row, we have the title, which is the heading, which it says Welcome to CMC Manufacturing. So to edit this, you roll over this pencil icon once again, click on that, and it's going to bring up where you can edit the title, which is the main title you see right here, and then also the subtitle, which you'd see right down here. You can edit these, and then in the typography settings, you can go in here and adjust the typography you want, what type of font you want. You can change up the font style, and then also the font size and the font color. So this first section is for the main heading setting, and then the sub-heading settings are down here below. Once again, you can change up the font style, the font size, and the colors of those. And there's also some more settings for some margin and padding included in here as well. So that's your main heading area. Once you're satisfied with those changes, click on Save Changes. And then we've added an advanced button down here. So this is this call to action button that links off to the free quote page. So if I was to edit this, you can click on that pencil icon one more time. You can edit the button title in here. This is the URL where it's going to be going off to your contact page. And then there's additional settings in here for button alignment, the size of the button, colors, title, background color. Here's the background tab where you can adjust the effect on here, the animation effects, the colors once again for the hover. And then you can also add icons. You can change out some styling. You can add a shadow. This is where you change up the typography. So you change your font, the font style, and the size. And then there's also some more settings all across this advanced button settings window. Once you're satisfied with those, go ahead and click on Save. So that's the first row that you've included in there. Now, if you want to add additional elements to this row, you simply click on this plus icon. This is going to bring up the Add Element window where you can add in all these different elements in here. We have everything from text blocks to buttons to just raw HTML, charts, grids, advanced buttons, flips boxes. Everything's included in right here. All you have to do is select the element you want. It's going to add it to that row, and then you're going to have additional settings within that row to change that up. So quickly, I'm going to go down through the rest of these and just kind of give you an idea of how these are laid out. So that was that main one. And if you go back in here, what you're going to see is the next row is our services. And then we have added these in here as well, which is just images and then some heading and text based on that service. So I'm going to walk you through how you're going to edit these. So as I scroll down, here is your our services row. If you want to actually delete these rows, all you do is go up here and under delete, you can trash these, and it's going to ask you if you'd like to delete that, and you can remove that row if you want. If you want to edit, once again, the background image, you'd click on the pencil icon here, go into design options, and be able to upload a background image or color for this row. If you wanted to change the color, you can go ahead and click on black, save those changes, and then if I was to go back to the website after I've saved those changes, update this page. Now when I go back to the website and I refresh the browser, you're going to see that there's going to be a black background included in the Our Services row instead of that white background. So there it is. Now it's changed that to black. Now if I was to go back over here again one more time, pencil icon for this row, go back to design options, switch this back to white, save those changes, update the page, go back to the website one more time, refresh that browser. You're going to see that now the background image is white. So that's how you edit the actual settings for the row. As you go down here, you're going to see there's additional rows added in here for all 8 of the services. So first off, each of these columns is exactly the same. It's got an image and then also a heading. If I wanted to switch out the image, once again, click on that pencil icon. You're going to see that this is the image that's loaded in here. And then there's some options as far as padding that's included in here. Now, if I want to change out the image, I would click on this little plus button. It's then going to bring up my media library where I can swap out and choose another image and go ahead and add that in there. Once you're happy with those settings, just click on Set Image. It's going to add that new image in there. And then also the way the image is viewed here, we have these circles with a border. You have some different options. If you wanted to just make this a square image, you can go over to here, and this would be under image style. Right now we have a circle with border, but if I wanted to just make a square, or if I just want to make a default, I can go ahead and select that, save changes. Now when I update the page, it's going to remove that circle and that border, and I refresh the browser here back on the website. You're going to see that now instead of that circle border, it's just the default square image. I can easily change that back by simply going back in here, clicking on that pencil icon, scrolling down here, under Style, go ahead and click on Circle Border again. You could change up the border color if you'd like, and then where it links off to right down here. Go ahead and click Save Changes, and then if I was to update the page, go back to the website again, refresh the browser, and it's going to switch that image back to a circle image with that border. Next item down here is the heading. So back here in the control panel, you're going to see I have a heading down here, and this is the same type of heading style that you would have right up here in the top. Click that pencil icon. This is where you would go to edit these settings. There is the main title, and then here is the sub description that's located down below there. And just like the other heading, when you go into typography, you can change up the font, the style, the size, and the color for both the main title and then also the subheading right there. And then as well, there's some design other settings in here for margins that you can play around with and get those set just right for you. Always click Save Changes. So each one of these is the same. You can easily go in here and make this 5 columns, 6 columns. So if I want to switch this down and actually make this a 6-column row, I can go ahead and do that. And I can add in more additional services that you offer right in here. But I can switch this back to the 4 column simply by clicking on the 4 column icon, which is right here. Moving on here, as I scroll down a little bit, here is the About Us row that we've added in here. So we've just simply added a row in here with a background image and About Us title and some text in here, and then a link off to your About Us page. So that's the About row right here. Once again, click on this pencil icon. This is where you would upload the image. If you want that image background change, you can change that, and then also the background color settings. And then once again, we have a heading in here where you can change out the heading and the text in there, just like before. You've got your title, your subtitle, and the typography settings for that. And then we've added a Learn More button in here. Once again, just a simple button. You can change out the text, and where this links off to is the About Us page, and then there's additional settings in here for that button. Scrolling down even more, here is the industries we serve row that we've added in here. So scrolling down, once again, we've got that heading in there and that subheading. And then down below here, we've added another row that is a 6 column row. And what we've done is we've added elements in here for an icon. So this is an icon that we've been able to select in here. So if you want to change out this icon, there's several different icon types you can choose from, all these different icons. We've selected this one for this. And then you can change out the size and the color of the icon. And then down here we have our standard headings, once again, which you can add in a heading, and then the typography settings are all set up right there. Last row down here is this call to action row, where we've added in a heading once again, which simply has the phone number and contact information in there. You can edit your phone number right here just by changing out that number, saving those changes, and then once again we have this advanced button over here again that you can change out the title, and this once again links off to the contact page. So that is basically how you go about editing the default content that is located on your homepage. Now, if you wanted to go in here and remove any of these rows, like I said, you could just click on the trash icon right here. It's going to ask you if you would like to delete that. Go ahead and click on OK, and it's going to remove that row. Now, if you wanted to add new elements to this page, you would just scroll down to the bottom here, click on this plus icon. This is going to bring up your add elements. You're going to start off by adding that row, which is going to add a row to that page. Once that row has been added here, you can then make it a 1 column, 2 column, 3 column, whichever you choose, and then you can click into these columns, click the plus icon. Once again, it's going to bring up this add element window where you can go in and add, for example, a text block in there. Once that's added in there, there's your text block, and then you always have the option to then click on this pencil and edit whatever element you've added in there based on the settings which is in that panel. So that's how you go about adding or editing your homepage. If you need any more additional help or support, please click on the support tab that's located over here in the left, and we'd be happy to help.